Hey, CFMA, this is Bill Reidinger from the Chicago chapter. I am Senior Vice President and Surety Practice Leader for Assurance MMA in Chicago. I'm here to talk about a surety's analysis of a contractor's balance sheet. As most of you know, the balance sheet provides the primary benchmarks for surety capacity, and there are certain elements of the balance sheet that are critical when understanding how the surety analyzes those assets and or liabilities. As you may or may not know, analyzed equity and working capital are the key benchmarks for providing capacity. And in some instances, some of these assets are excluded from either of those analyses. So we're going to talk about those today. I have a balance sheet pulled up which shows the contractor's balance sheet as it's presented by the CPA. And you can see just by a quick glance that the CPA has provided an equity position of $1,900,000 plus or minus, and a working capital position of $1,138,000. So based upon those numbers, we'd be looking at roughly $23 million in capacity based upon those figures. However, a surety gets its contractors and or clients' balance sheet, and it begins to dissect some of those entries. So you'll see the balance sheet that's presented here. We are going to lose 50% of our inventory for working capital purposes, as well as 50% of our prepaid expenses from the working capital analysis. The two other items there that we've got listed with the 0% are the loan receivable and other receivables. Please note that none of those assets will be included in the analysis from the surety for either working capital or equity. And then further down in the long-term asset column, you'll see due from member. Again, that's a 0% that will be excluded from their analysis of both working capital and equity. So once you go through the balance sheet as a surety underwriter, you would come up with an equity position of analyzed equity position of $1,518,000 and a working capital position of $779,000, resulting in a capacity offering from the surety of only $16 million. So 23 million pre-analysis, 16 million post-analysis as a result of how they're looking at those assets and analyzing them. So it's important when you are managing your balance sheet for the future to take those assets into consideration and understand how a surety will look at them in their analysis to provide you the maximum capacity that you can possibly achieve. Thank you and have a great day.